TGIF, it's Friday, October 25th, 2024. This DayWeather podcast brought to you by Converse County Tourism. Douglas and Glen Rock, Wyoming are bustling with holiday action this season. Plan your excursion, including fun activities, beautiful downtowns, and historic treasures. Learn more at conversecountytourism.com. Well, a nice shot there of the Bighorn Mountains. Some of you may be saying, well, that's a pretty shot, but a lot of you who live up in that region may be saying, there's something missing. What's missing? Smoke. No smoke coming out of the Bighorns right now with these last two systems coming through, dropping some snow. So good to see. Not to say that there aren't still some smoky areas coming out of that fire, but nice to see photos like that for a change. Now, there is a nice break in the weather. This is a really good opportunity for yard work, that honey-do list, high school football, college football, getting outdoors. If you're going to be hunting, this is going to be a fair, very nice late October weekend coming up, so take advantage of it. Our confidence is very high of a stronger storm system coming in early next week. This is going to be affecting the Pacific Northwest Sunday into Monday, then into the Rockies Monday night, Tuesday, and into Wednesday. This will be a colder system and will cover more real estate than that storm system we had on the 17th and 18th of October. So we're going to have travel impacts, and a heads up to hunters. Hunters in the mountains of the interior west, you're going to get snowed on, and this will be a bigger snow event in the mountains than that 17th, 18th October storm. This one a little more of a punch of cold coming in with it. So keep that in mind. And it's going to be a very active pattern. So this system arriving late Monday and the Tuesday and Wednesday will be followed up by another one Thursday night, Friday. There may be another one 2 or 3 days behind that one. So the western United States weather is going to hit the longest phase of activity we've seen in weeks. So be prepared, take advantage of the good weather. Had some incredible sunrise photos come in yesterday morning from the region, especially western Nebraska, eastern areas of Wyoming. We just had the perfect situation, the right clouds, the big skies we have, and, well, no smoke in the air, making for great visibility, and that sun coming up with that lower and lower sun angle, causing some great colors across the region at sunrise yesterday morning. Hopefully you got to see it. If not, enjoy these photos. Look at that shot there out of Wheatland. Just absolutely gorgeous photos coming on in. Also, well, some of you probably have a lot of activity from these guys. I know I have a couple that really like my apple tree, probably a little bit too much. And the comet is still visible, getting more and more, well, let's say it's fading more and more every night by about a half degree magnitude or more, but still showing up. And with the clear skies tonight, and the clear skies many areas will experience over the weekend, if you haven't had a chance to try to capture the comet on your cameras, this is an opportunity to do that. It's not a naked eye target right now, but if you got your cameras, even your smartphones, you might be able to still get it. Beautiful shot there along the North Platte River of some changing fall colors near Scottsbluff, Nebraska. Then that wind we talked about yesterday blew up some dust as it went down that Front Range area along I-25, blowing around some dust as those strong wind gusts with that front came on through. Good news is we should not nearly have the amount of wind today. Sky watchers, we had another coronal mass ejection, a pretty strong X flare. So there is a potential of some geomagnetic storm activity this weekend. So photographers, maybe a chance of some aurora. We'll see. Nonetheless, it's with the clear skies that we have coming this weekend in many areas, there might be another opportunity there. The satellite photo in the Pacific showing a lot going on. First of all, you probably haven't heard about this on the news because it's in the middle of nowhere. That's Hurricane Christy. And Hurricane Christy is going to be just wandering around the eastern Pacific, but we may actually, as I'll show you in a minute, might have some moisture left over from Christy getting drawn into the western United States as it dissipates and heads north. But we have this little low right here. You see that little swirl? That'll get entrained into the main low that's up here. Here's the weather maker for next week, a Gulf of Alaska low. And for those of you who watch the weather around here, you know that when we get these displaced and the pattern gets right, when these things head southeast is when we get a lot of weather around here. So the Pacific as we've been showing you, has been heating up. This is where Christy's going to go. It's going to head off to the northwest out there in the eastern Pacific and become a tropical depression here by later this weekend. But the remnants may get caught up by the winds aloft and push some of that moisture towards western North America. We'll see. This is the configuration by Sunday morning. High pressure building in behind this low, so that's going to make the low move. The high pressure over the southwestern United States and Mexico will bring in the very mild air today, tomorrow, and Sunday into the region. And a lot of the U.S. enjoying some nice late October weather this upcoming weekend, really across most of the U.S. except the Pacific Northwest here. That's going to be wet. Then as we take a look at temperatures, very warm. These are the temperature anomalies by noon Saturday and by noon Sunday. You start to see it getting a little bit colder here along the coast, but it's going to be a warm weekend. This is the precipitation forecast with the front through Sunday. So you can see we will see the frontal boundary producing moisture as far east, basically as Boise up to near Missoula, heavier moisture west of the Cascades, but this whole area right here, nada, nothing going on for a good 3 or 4 day period. Then things begin to change. We start to see the low come in. This is a well-defined moist Pacific cold front. Here's the next system that's queued up to come behind it. This is by Tuesday morning. So by Tuesday morning, temperatures will be falling both sides of the divide, but the coldest weather will be back into Salt Lake, back into the Great Basin, into Jackson, into Driggs, up into portions of Montana. Temperatures really falling. But we're going to see by Monday night and Tuesday some travel problems along the higher elevations of Interstate 80, significant snow in the Wasatch and the Uintas and Wyoming's western mountains. By Tuesday night into Wednesday, the system is going to work its way further east, pushing the colder air along and west of the divide. So this is by noon Tuesday. The colder air spills over. The colder air won't quite be in the North Park, Colorado yet, as the cold air will go around it, at least initially. But by Tuesday, it's going to be feeling much colder, while the contrast is remarkable out of here on the plains between the warmth to the east and the colder weather coming in from the west. These are the temperature anomalies by Wednesday. So by Wednesday, the cold almost gets to Lincoln and Omaha and starts to maybe have a blue norther beginning to form in the panhandles as that colder air heads south. So this will be a bit of a shock to the system after the warm weekend weather. Again, as we told you yesterday, do not fall in love with these maps in terms of where the precipitation generally shows amounts. We just want to kind of get an idea of where the precipitation is likely going to be. And it has shifted a little bit more south and east. Monday's maps will show you will be a lot more reliable. But the message here is there should be a good area of precipitation coming in with this system in this area here. And it's going to be rain, but also there's a really good opportunity for significant snow in the mountains of Colorado, in the mountains of Wyoming, in the mountains of Utah, up here into the Bitterroot as well. That'll be something to keep an eye on, hunters, as we get into Monday night, Tuesday night into early Wednesday. By Friday, here comes the next wave. This is the system that comes in early in the week. It heads up into the Great Lakes. There's another strong Pacific front. I think we'll be able to probably get through Halloween Thursday with not much weather. It's just going to be cold. But by late Thursday night, Friday into next Saturday, here's the next system. There's another system that could very well come in behind it. So a lot more activity now to talk about. In the meantime, a very quiet weekend. A lot more busy next week, so you'll want to stay tuned and check in with us on Monday. Have a great weekend.